All right, here we go. We finally got this thing up and running correctly. All right, here we go. We finally. Sorry about that, y'all, man. I'm still trying to get how to schedule the streams down and get them to pop up on the at the right time. Let a few people get in here. Once I get this all figured out, y'all ain't gonna have no problems. It's gonna be I start it up, we jump in it, and we go right at it. I ain't gonna lie, I was putting together some of the little slideshows to be able to present to y'all, man. I was cutting up a lot of the show. What up, Keyshawn? I ain't seen you in a while, brother. Looking like everybody's going at Billy a little bit. We're gonna do the live stream just like BMF. We're probably gonna pick who we're gonna talk about first. We'll go over what they did throughout the whole show and talk about what they messed up and what they can do better. Cause one thing about All American, somebody's gonna mess up. And we know Spencer is gonna try to save the day no matter what. About 5 minutes and I'll go ahead and get started. Do I got a Billy slide made? Well, everybody was dealing with Billy this week. Jordan, Spencer, Liv. Every time you looked up, they mad at him. Guess we'll go ahead and start with the main character, our boy Spencer. Let me see. All right. So we got 100% votes on Billy as being the mess up for this week. That's about right. All right, we'll start with Spencer. Now, the last thing we seen with Spencer was he quit football. He doesn't even know if he wants to go to college. Like, come on, Spencer. We've been 3 seasons straight trying to get you into college, and now you quit at halftime to go see Coop in the hospital. It's like, man, Spencer's really on some other stuff. Now, you remember they had the intervention for him last week to try to get him to come to his senses. Like, hey, Spencer, man, you should stick to football. But this week, it's not even focused on football, not that much. It's more of him making up with Coach Billy. Since they lost state championship, Billy is very upset with Spencer. And Spencer's dating his daughter now. So it's like, man, Spencer's always been a son to Billy. Well, since he moved in, at least. And we did think he was his son at first. But, you know, that's Corey's child. But the whole episode is really just Liv talking to Spencer. Like, man, we got to get you to apologize to Dad, man. Y'all can't be beefing if we're going to be dating. And he has to deal with that all episode. Even this beginning here where they at the house, they having a little fun, you know, what adults do, which they shouldn't be doing, because if Mama Grace come home and catch them, it's over with for them. You know, she ain't about to have that evil in her house. But we all been there before. We done snuck somebody over at the house. But Spencer has to deal with Liv hitting him up all day. Even when he goes to school, he's getting hit up by her. Jordan, we know Jordan has an issue with Billy this week also. But Jordan is telling him, hey, man, my dad, he gets mad at me also. So you just got to deal with it. I've been putting up with it. He'll come to eventually. Also, Jordan's rubbing it in that he won state. He walk around with his 2 rings on. Spencer just got that one. Should have stayed at Beverly Hills. That's what I would have did. There's no way I would have went back to Crenshaw. Like, nah, I'm going to go ahead and stay up here, finish my senior year out, go to college, and hey, be up out of here. Go to Ohio. My thing is, with Billy, the way Billy is acting towards Spencer and Jordan, man, you about 45, maybe 50 years old, and you beefing with Spencer because he left the football game to go see his friend in the hospital. Now, me personally, I wouldn't have left the football game, especially at no halftime if we got a chance to win. It's nothing you can do for a Coop at the hospital. But Billy not only mad at him for quitting during halftime, he's also mad at training Jordan when Jordan wasn't cleared to train. The only issue with this is it's not Spencer's fault. All Spencer did was go out there to make sure that he was semi-safe, because it's really on Jordan. And even Jordan admits, hey, man, Spence, my bad for getting you into that. You know, it was really my dad. So I think Billy was way off on that. Like, come on, man, these are high school kids. You can't blame him for what your son does. That's just silly on Billy's part. And you see him walking around. Every time he sees Spencer, he just lowers his head. Like, dang, you should be happy, man. Spence is good. He got shot. He's back to playing football. You got him a scholarship. If he doesn't take it, you can only help somebody so much. So you shouldn't be upset with him, because Jordan is actually better than what he was when he got the concussion. He played football. He won another championship, although he did beat Billy. That could be a reason he hates that, too. I don't see how he's beefing with these kids, though. They too young for all that, Billy. Even when Spencer comes to the house, hey, Billy, you know, I want to talk to you. I want to get some stuff off my chest. Billy's talking about, oh, no, I'm too busy. I'm too busy. You ain't doing nothing in that office. You don't even work in Beverly Hills. You work in Crenshaw. Why are you at this house anyway? Didn't Laura kick you out? Or you got to move back in? I just don't understand him, man. Billy's sitting there. And even after Spencer comes to try to talk to him, he doesn't even listen to him. It's just, I'm too busy. He's sitting down at the desk. He ain't working on nothing. He's just at the house in the way. They get to the birthday party. Jordan's there, and he's like, hey, Spence, you know, I at least cussed my dad out pretty much. And we're going to get on to Jordan a little bit too. But he's like, that should make you feel better. Whole time, Billy's coming in between them. Oh, excuse me. Let me get in here. Billy, you ain't got nothing to do in this kitchen. We had a birthday party. If you don't want to be around Spencer or Jordan, just go upstairs and sit down and chill, or go into your office. But he's walking around. Hey, let me get that. Let me trying to get in between them and stuff. That's silly, man. That's your boy Billy. What up, Alex? Then another thing. This whole time, Liv's been trying to get Spencer to apologize. She need to be talking to her dad more about getting Spencer in order. I mean, like coming to a Spencer and apologizing. We ain't do nothing this whole episode. Spencer talking about he's staying around. Let's watch a movie and stuff. Now, I definitely wouldn't have stayed around and watched no movie. I would have probably said, yeah, I'm not going to hang out around here. I'm just not going to do it. Especially with Billy acting the way he is. Let me get about this house. But Billy sees him and Spencer in here tripping. It's kind of like you rubbing it in. You and Billy aren't on the best terms, but you in here, you kissing his daughter. You about to watch a movie and chill. Nah, man, Spencer, you got to leave the house, man. You don't want to just be sitting around here. Liv even talking about you should move back in. Heck no. I ain't moving back in. What I'm going to do, move in and catch the bus to Crenshaw every day? He's not going to be able to transfer schools back. And I'm sure, Laura probably probably take guardianship of him to get him back into school. I doubt Billy would. But then again, football's over with, and Billy's in and out of the house. Shoot, that'd probably be the best thing to do. Move back in, you got your boo, but y'all gonna get in trouble messing around like that. You might as well leave that alone. And it's pretty much the same thing with Jordan. Liv is trying to get him to, hey man, can you get Spencer to come too? Can you talk to Dad? Jordan's like, look, I got 2 rings. I'm a champion. Pops ain't beat us. It ain't nothing that I can do to talk to Dad. I'm just gonna play the game, and I got these rings. Although he does want to be closer to his dad, we know they get into it because he feels like Billy loves Spencer more than him. But I even broke it down in the recap. No, he doesn't love him more than you. It's just he's pushing him harder because he doesn't have this opportunity. Whether you go off to college or not, they can afford for you to go to school, and you live this life every day. So you're set up to make it in this world, especially with your mom having connections and your dad being former NFL. Hey, man, he doesn't love Spencer more. He's just pushing him because he also knew that having Spencer at the house and on the team, oh, yeah, we got a chance to win. Look at Billy. He's like, hey, man, Jordan, what you talking to me like that for? That's Jordan's white side. Because if he had 2 black parents, he wouldn't be in there talking to his dad like that. That's just Billy being soft because he wants to be able to stay in the house. He knows if he starts talking reckless to Jordan, Laura's going to be like, don't talk to my baby like that. And he's going to be up out that house, probably at Grandpa Willie's. And we know ain't nobody trying to live at Grandpa Willie's house. He had a tire hanging up in the backyard. He had like some Tin Man stuff back there. Plus, Billy and Grandpa Willie, they ain't even that cool. He's been sending the money, but he said, I'm stopping it. Billy was watching the replay last week talking about we didn't have no instant replay. We won that. Nah, y'all lost. Jordan just beat y'all. See, even at the party, Spencer, he's over there talking to Jordan, and Jordan's like, yeah, man, if it means anything, I went at my dad. I let him know, man, this ain't right what you doing. But Jordan, that's your dad, so it's not going to be the same as if Spencer was talking to him and getting to apologize. Whenever you have like your friends come over, if you on punishment or something, or you in trouble, you had them ask, because 9 times out of 10, they ain't going to be too disrespectful to the, to the friend. Well, it's different in this case. He lets Jordan do all the talking, but Spencer, he's on him. Man, you blew it for us. We made it to the state game without you. But now he doesn't even want to talk to him. He's just acting weird, man. I don't know what's up with Billy. I can't get down with that. But at least at the end, Jordan and Billy, they actually sit down and Jordan understands, hey, Pops, You know what I'm saying? I thought you loved Spencer more than me. And he's like, nah, man, I love you. You and my daughter. Y'all, I love y'all the most. Even more than Laura, because Laura kicked me out the house. Well, he didn't say that part, but he meant it. You know what I'm saying? Laura done kicked him out the house. He hurt. So he don't want to lose his kids. But it's just any parent. They're not going to be as hard on you. And the reason he's not as hard on Jordan is because he knows Jordan doesn't have that tough skin. You push Jordan talking about quitting, giving up. So that's the only reason he was, you know what I'm saying, kind of lenient with Jordan and let him do whatever he did. But we also seen how hard he was on Liv. And, man, when he was hard on Liv, that got her back to drinking. Shoot, even Coop know they can't have no liquor in the house because of her. But at least we got Jordan and Pops Billy back together. You know what I'm saying? They squashed whatever little beef they have. I mean, that's all that matters is a father and a son, They back on good terms. But speaking of somebody not on good terms, we know Asher is having big problems with his medical condition. They stopped him before the state game in season 3. So now they won. He does get another ring, though. Even though he didn't play, they said, you deserve it. I would have took my ring and been happy with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, I got a ring. I ain't had to play. But even Coach Montez is telling them, everything that you did for the team, that is good. We're going to make sure that you get the best health care that you can get. So she has a doctor that actually is one of the doctors for the Los Angeles Rams. So that's cool. But Asher, you know how he gets. He's upset. He's saying, man, I don't want to hear it from another doctor that I can't play. Hey, you're getting a top of the line doctor to look at you. Now, your parents, they can't afford this. We know your dad went broke. We know your mom left and went with another broke guy. So if you're getting the opportunity to talk to an NFL doctor, one that actually sees injuries of players that are making 20, 30 million a year, yeah, I'm taking that opportunity to go up to the Rams Stadium, not only just to see the doctor, but hey, man, I'm in here. You never know who you can meet and network with. Shoot, Asher can be like, I'm going to go to college and I'm going to do something to do with sports management, either that or health. You already got an entryway in there. You got the doctor. You got Coach Montez that can help you get in there. So you might as well do that. But he goes and, his mom, she's trying to get back on the good side of Asher since he abandoned him. She's telling him, nah, we don't need to go there because, you're at a place where football, it isn't important. Realistically, what she's saying is she doesn't want Asher playing anymore because he can be at the house with her and depend on her. Since she hasn't been around, man, that's all kinds of messed up. Let your son, if he wants to play football and he can get cleared for it, let him do it. You think Asher should continue to play football if he's cleared by the Rams? I'm saying cleared by the Rams like he like he actually played for him or something. Because I know if I'm cleared, I'm going out there and playing. Well, the season's over, so you got to train and get ready for college. But would you try to go to college and play football if you got cleared? But even Mom Big Hayden, she going back to the coach. Don't talk to my son like that. Don't tell him that he can play and encourage him. Make him believe something that he can't do. Like, Mama Asher, please get out of my office. I gave your son a recommendation. You took him up there. They said he could potentially play. Make it happen. Don't come talking to me. I mean, football season's over with anyway, so I can't do anything with him. To me, it's just too much in All-American. Like, high schoolers should not be going through all of this. Every single week we see this. Yeah, you're right, Keyshawn. You got to take it easy at first. And that's one thing none of these kids do. When they get injured or anything, they just pop back up and try to get back out there. Spencer got shot. He walking around, his shoulder hurting. He getting hit in practice talking about, I'm good. No, you're not good, man. Chill. Jordan get a concussion. He gets back up and tries to go playing early. But he's dizzy and stuff because he still has symptoms. Then we got Coop. We ain't even got on Coop yet. But her butt, she need to sit down and take it easy too. She can't even breathe. She gasping, talking about, hey, slow the beat down some. Like, nah, Coop, this is the beat. We can go ahead and get in the Coop though. Now we think Spencer is hard headed. Coop is even worse than Spencer. And when I tell you Coop, she gets into all the dumbest stuff. Every time we see her, it's like you can expect Coop to do something silly. Hey Coop, what you doing today? I don't know. I'm about to go, you know what I'm saying, go mess with some bloods or something. Like, Coop, sit down. I used to teach high school. Trusty new teens act just like this. Yeah, Kimberly, I don't get it. I just don't get it. When we were growing up, now I'm older, you know what I'm saying? So when I was in high school, it was what? The early 2000s. Yeah, man, we wasn't wilding out like this. Nah, high school wasn't like this. I went to an all black school from my freshman and sophomore year, and then junior and senior year I went to the suburbs, so I seen the difference. At my first school, it was just fighting. You know what I'm saying? You went to school, you was about to be fighting at 7:30 in the morning. It was a big fight one night. One morning, police came in the bathroom. They didn't sprayed it up with mace. It didn't got in the ventilation system. We all went home early, but we weren't doing nothing like this. We had a couple of athletes, but if they got hurt, they were chilling until it was time to come back. Now these kids on here, they just wilding out, talking back to the coaches, talking back to their parents. I'm like, man, yeah, it's different times here. But good old Coop, I tell you her. Now, she just got shot. She told the police officer she shot Mo, but there's no gun for it. All of us are looking and saying, Coop, why did you say that? There was no reason for you to say that. It's not even covering up Preach. All Preach has to do is get rid of the gun and say he wasn't there. Unless somebody spotted Preach there, then they're not going to be like, oh, Preach was there. You know what I'm saying? Coop could have just said, man, you know what I'm saying? I got shot. I don't know what happened. Some people came by, they were shooting. Mo shot me. I don't know how she got hit. But just get rid of that gun. She puts herself back in these situations. And that's the whole thing about patients getting on her like, hey, Coop, you got to chill. What are you doing? There's no reason for you to keep inserting yourself into these streets. Yeah, we around the same age. These teens in NYC act just like this. Man, the teens in NYC, I be seeing stuff on YouTube. I'm like, dang. I'm glad I ain't going up there. I mean, you know what I'm saying? We had metal detectors. Sometimes they do a random one on the bus. But it seemed like everybody got a gun up there. I'm glad I was not around that. And everybody a rapper, too. Just like Coop. Coop a rapper. But she ain't talking none of that street stuff because she a snitch also. Yeah, we ain't forget about that, Coop. But Patience, she's trying to keep Coop out of all this nonsense. Coop talking about, I need to get back in the studio. Now, mind you, last season, she was supposed to be getting her GED. She didn't get her GED. They even had like a tutoring party for her. I don't know if she actually finished the GED or not, or she got popped before she could. But like, come on, Coop, you got to have some kind of backup plan. I tell all you, all the youth, finish high school, be a failure. If you're gonna be a failure after high school. At least get your diploma so you can have something to fall back on. You get a job with a diploma. If you ain't got it, you just out here in the streets. You're gonna be like Coop trying to rap, but your ass can't breathe. Now even Layla, she's looking at Coop because Coop told Patience, I'm busy. You know, I'm trying to get back in the studio. Layla has it set up for me. But she gets there, she can't even rap to the beat because her lungs, just like Asher, just like Spencer, just like Jordan, she's not cleared to be doing any rapping. She's in there, got the headset on. Slow the beat down. Layla's saying, hey, If you're not ready, you're not ready. But this is costing money. And since you've been in the hospital, we ain't making no money. We supposed to be on tour. We supposed to be getting right. You know what I'm saying? But Coop, she in here talking about I can't rap it right. Look at her with the sad face. Come on, Coop. You know you couldn't breathe. Just walking over here to the booth, you were out of breath. And now you in here. Layla got a lot going on her mind because of her dad and Carrie committing suicide. Well, trying to. Now she got to deal with you wasting money in the studio. We ain't got that kind of money. Whole time JP talking about let me come with y'all. She's like, hey JP, Dad, chill. I don't want to hang out with you. Then she has to face reality. She comes back. She talks to patient. She admits, hey man, the doctor ain't clear me. I know you asked me, did he? And he didn't, but I just want to let you know I can't rap like I used to. That beat is too fast for me. And Patience, she's upset because she asked you all of this and you kept it from her. Come on, Coop. You can't be like that. These people are here to help you. But Patience is starting to see what Spencer has been seeing over the last 3 seasons. You can't deal with Coop. You got to let Coop do what Coop does. Because the moment you try to help her, she's going to bring you down and it ain't going to be no way to get around it. It just ain't. Like, come on, Coop. Patience is all hurt because she's doing everything she can. She's even talking to Spencer saying, Spence, man, what can we do to get her? And Spencer's telling her straight up, you got to stick with her. I tried to, but Coop, it ain't nothing you can do with her, man. She just going to tear you up. Every time you try to get up out that hole, you can turn around, text Coop, and she going to drag you right back down. If any of y'all were patients, would you still be patient and try to help Coop get through all of this? Or since you asked her was she cleared and could she rap, would you just be like, I told you not to go in there? Because I'm telling Coop, sit down. Just write some raps. And then once you get your breathing down, then you can go up in the booth. But from the get-go, nah, you're not ready to be in the booth. Coop just doing whatever. Can't trust her, man. As soon as things start looking up, here comes Coop. But eventually Patience tells Coop straight up, you know what? I can't really deal with this. You and I, we might need a little break. Even Asher's talking some sense into her. She's going over to Asher. He's looking for some drink. Now, mind you, these kids are still in high school. Layla only turned 18, so that means Asher can't be no more than maybe 19, 18, 19, probably even 17. But he's in the house looking for liquor. Yeah, Melody, you got to tell her to chill out, because if not, y'all going to be at the hospital again. Dang, what happened? Coop, she in here trying to rap and she can't breathe. Yeah, and then what did we just say? Patience tells Coop, we gonna need a little break. Coop don't care what the first thing she do. Hello, preach. Yeah. What you got going on? Preach on the phone talking about, I thought we said we're gonna keep our distance. She's like, oh yeah, well, I needed to talk to you about a little something. I took that charge for you. Oh, don't worry about it. Yeah, even if the feds listen, it don't matter. We on the phone together. Yeah, they gonna break up. They need to break up. Patience is bigger and better out there. Even Patience's dad was like, man, look, ever since you talked to Coop, I think I got some of that. Ever since you started talking to Coop, things have been downhill. I was like, man, thank you. At least the dad, someone finally says something. Look at Pops. Earthly guy. He came in there and told Patience, man, stop dealing with Coop. She's bad. She done got shot. She done got your boy shot. Oh, man, she into it with the law. She's snitching. Coop is a bad influence to all of the kids on All American. Coop doesn't need to be around any of them, especially you dropped out of school. Well, we don't know if it's official or not. You got shot. You can't rap. There's really no use for Coop in the show except standing around and being motivation for people. But I don't even know what she can motivate. Patience dad's like, oh my goodness, leave her alone. I don't mind y'all being cool, but sheesh. You making it hard on me, girl. I'd probably leave. I'd leave Coop alone. Just say, yeah, you know what? I'm good on all that. It ain't nothing we can do. Well, at least we know it's Layla's birthday. Happy birthday, Layla. 18 years old. She even got the pancake that's shaped in the form of an L, even though it's just like, I want to know, did she put it on the in the pan like an L, or did she just make a pancake and then cut the L out? Because I'm like, man, I'm a little too old for this. And it's a difference if your parents are making you something like that compared to your friend's parents making you something. What is this? I don't want all this breakfast. But this is how you can tell what tax bracket this family lives in. It's a school day and they getting up. Everybody's fully dressed. I'm talking about this is before school even starts. Everyone's fully dressed. The sun's out. They done made a full breakfast. Hey, when I was waking up and going to school, and even if my friends stayed the night, it was wake up, get a bowl of cereal. My parents is gone. They had to be at work. I mean, Billy, he's just a coach, so he ain't got nothing. He probably got to teach one class. But Laura, she could probably make her own schedule, so I guess. But like I said, that shows you the tax bracket that they're in. Because we ain't waking up on no school day and making no pancakes, no bacon, no eggs, cold cereal, and hopefully you got some milk. Now, I'm not saying we were poor growing up, but we didn't have a lot of money. Or should I say my dad had some money. He wasn't giving it to the kids like that. So he was eating good. But back to Layla. We know she's have a lot on her plate. She feels like she's by herself. Her dad dropped her off to come stay over here so she can have a family type environment. So that's a good thing. And we seen last week, it seemed like Jordan's getting kind of close to Layla. He's talking to her. He's comforting her. Does that mean he's done with Simone? We do see Simone twice in this episode. At the school, she's standing next to Jordan, but they didn't even interact. And then at the birthday party, Simone shows up, and they don't even interact with Jordan. Like, dang, what's going on? Jordan must know, hey, it's time to move on to Layla. You know what I'm saying? Not saying she's vulnerable, but we getting closer, and she lives here. That's what Liv wanted with Spencer. But Layla, her friend Carrie, they admitted her back into, the rehabilitation. She lives here with the Baker family now to help her get through things. They make her a nice breakfast for her birthday, but she doesn't want no party. Now, you remember this with Spencer. Spencer said he didn't want no big party. But what do we know about All American and these two twins, these spoiled twins? They going to throw a party regardless of what you want. And don't let JJ get involved because then it's going to be over the top. JP, this is the fake JP. This ain't the JP we came to know and love, The old JP was the cool one. This JP, he just doesn't know anything. He talking about, hey, yeah, Layla, I got you a gift. She like, oh, what is it? Pulls out a tiara. I'm like, man, she is 18 years old. Where's she gonna wear that to? It's not like we're having a formal birthday party right now and she's wearing it with a gown or something. We at the the Beverly Hill the Beverly Hill Cafe, Dad. You got me this. Yeah, JJ does do a lot. We haven't even really seen him. I think we've seen Asher. JJ played in the championship game. He must be recording something else. But JP, terrible dad. I mean, he's out on the road doing what he can to get some money because it ain't no way she's living the lifestyle she is and having a record label. So she may be a little bit ungrateful because JP's putting in all the work. If JP didn't, you know what I'm saying, go on the road and make things happen, there's no way she'd even be able to afford Coop studio time or anything like that. Yeah, JJ did want that piano. But JP, he's back now, and they told him he has permission to come over and see his daughter whenever. He ain't stopped by at all. He just told her, hey, meet me up. You know what I'm saying? We go out there. I got a couple of birthday gifts for you. And Layla's saying, I don't want none of that. I just want to have a meal with my dad. See, gifts and being materialistic isn't always the answer for everything. Layla just wants to have that comfort from a family. So that's why she feels more comfortable at the baker's house. And JP, he doesn't understand this. He's like, okay, well, I bought you this though. I got another gift if you want it. As soon as he says, I just want to eat, Dad. I just want to eat with my pops. Celebrate my birthday. They come out, happy birthday, happy. Hey, this is still before school even started. Since they seniors, they got half a days. How were they doing this? She got breakfast at the house, drove over to the cafe, had more breakfast with her dad, and accepting gifts all before 10 a.m. Well, shoot, 7, 8 a.m. Come on now. This is too early. And I know all y'all ain't got half a days or work release. And work release is in the afternoon. I used to have work release, go to school. Well, it's like 7:25. I think at 11:30 we got to leave and you had to have a job. But shoot, I ain't had no job. I used to just go home when I had my cousin signing the slip for me. But it is what it is. Yeah, Melody, he needs to take time and actually be there for her and listen to what she got to say. And I'm talking about outside of her, working and going to the studio. Because JP talking about, let me go to the studio with you. That's her free time. That's what she does to get away. She doesn't want you in there because you're going to be, it's going to be constructive criticism. But at the same time, she don't want to hear that. She just want to talk to her dad, watch TV, go somewhere, hit the coast. You got time. Hell, y'all had 2 breakfasts this morning. Get in the car, go down the coast, listen to some music, and just chill with your daughter, man. JP trying, though. But when you've been on the road so long, you don't know what to do. I think the other JP left with little mama. That's why we had to get this JP. And you know how she was feeling at the studio. Coop in here wasting time and money. So if JP was in there, she really gonna snap. Hey, Dad, no, man. Leave me alone. I don't want you in here with me. Coop over here wasting time. That face that Coop makes, man, is the funniest because you knew you couldn't do this. And you didn't hype yourself up. You talking cash money to patients. Yeah, I just need to get back in that studio. Laylo got it laced for me. We gonna go in there. We gonna make some magic. No. You in there was coughing up dust. You wasn't doing anything, Coop. And Layla. Coop, you good? If not, we could take a break. Hell, man. I would have been and told her to get up out the studio. Layla and Spencer, though, we know they separated, and Layla kind of took Spencer from Liv. That's what it really was, because she knew Liv liked Spencer first, and she even hyped Liv up. Girl, you should go talk to him. And then they thought that was her brother, so she said, nah, it's like a brother. Layla swooped right in, but Liv came back and got him. So they have a little awkward interaction. Luckily for them, they cool. I don't know. Maybe some of the younger people can answer this, but when I was in high school and stuff, like, All right, if my boy talked to a chick, if they didn't date, it might be all right to just talk to her. But we wasn't everybody switching. Like, nah. Because it was what? Spencer, Liv, Spencer, Layla. Asher had both of them. Jordan trying to slide in with Layla. Like, come on, man. What is going on here? If I'm Billy or JP, I'm telling both of my daughters, look, y'all got to chill the hell out. Spencer, no. Don't mess with that guy there. From everything I've seen, don't do it. But they talk to each other, and Spencer actually gives her advice on what's going on and how to hide things. Because when you put all of your emotions out there, sometimes it tends to backfire on you, and you can't really do nothing about it. So she's taking some of that advice, though, even though she doesn't want to. She's listening, and she's trying to figure out what to do. And it's crazy to get the answer from Spencer, because Spencer never has the answer for himself. Spencer is always doing things and then wondering why it didn't work. And then someone recommends it to him. Hey, this is what you need to do. I bet none of y'all really noticed that. Every time Spencer, he had that therapist that they told him what to do. Grace told him to put himself first. So Spencer thinks he knows what he's doing. But at the end of the day, he's just a teenager. He out here doing everything on his own. He don't know nothing about life. And that's what we here to help him for. Spencer just hit my line. Not the real Spencer, because he made it to the NFL. But young Spencer, hit my line, bro. I'll help you. I'll guide you through. You know what I'm saying? I got your back. Liv and Layla, though. And that damn piata right there. Liv and Layla. You know, Liv is still trying to get back on Layla's good side, even though Carrie was kind of pushing her away to keep Layla to herself. So Liv is trying to do everything she can to make her feel comfortable. So she's glad that she moved back in the house. You know, Layla goes upstairs and she hides herself away, just like Spencer told her to. And they're just talking about everything. And Liv is making jokes, talking about, I'll call the police and get it shut down. You know they hate me. Yeah, you did mess up your mom with that. That was some foul stuff. But that's these kids being privileged and spoiled. They do whatever they want to. Laura should have came back out. Gave her a swift backhand. I bet she won't release no stuff. I bet she won't release no stuff anymore. But, you know, their friendship is going to get back in order. Hopefully. You know, since they're going to be living with each other. I don't know how she's going to be able to deal with Liv talking to Spencer and Spencer coming over, especially after Spencer and Billy squashed their little beef. I could see her and Jordan starting to get closer. And even Jordan, when he's talking to her, when she says she doesn't celebrate her birthday, he's like, since when? You know, he's been around. He had his eye on her. But, you know, it was more, you know, that's my sister's best friend, so I ain't going to talk to her. But we going to see. Jordan going to creep up on her. We already know that's going to happen. Especially when Simone leaves to go off to school. Because she's supposed to have her own spinoff. What? Homecoming? All-American Homecoming or whatever it is. So when she leaves and she out the picture, she already, 18 years old, 17, 18. Got a divorce. Gave her kid up. About to go to college. Hell, she living a single life now. She ain't worried nothing about our boy, Jordan. And Liv, this whole episode, all she was doing was running around. Hey, Spencer, you want to talk to Billy and apologize? Spencer's like, nah, not really. You know what I'm saying? I just want to hang out, chill, have some fun, be with you. That's it. But, you know what I'm saying? Even in the opening scene, they at the house. I told y'all, if Mama Grace come home and see this, it's going to be trouble. But Liv, and this is usually how it is. Don't let people fool you. It's usually the girl that's the aggressor, especially in high school. Because, you know what I'm saying, most of us dudes, when we were that age, well, not Spencer's age, he a senior. But, you know what I'm saying, your freshman, sophomore year, the girls are probably more advanced because they didn't probably mess with older dudes. You know what I'm saying, y'all both freshmen. They didn't probably mess with a junior maybe. So Spencer's in here. He talking about, let me cover up, man. Liv talking about, I'm going to take you to work. You know what I'm saying? Even though I wanted a quickie before your mom came here. Spencer like, nah, I ain't getting in trouble. Because y'all know Mama Grace don't play. You see how Laura act? Grace don't act like that. Grace gets on Spencer's ass at all times. Liv, when she gets back home, she's talking to Billy. Hey, Dad, you need to talk to Spencer and apologize for this. Billy ain't trying to hear none of that. And he tells her straight up exactly what I've been saying. Spencer is worried about Spencer. Spencer's going to make all the decisions he wants to do for himself. She talking about she might go up to Ohio with him for college. Billy said, you better get in a scholarship because I ain't paying for you to go to no college up in Ohio. That's not where you wanted to go. But Spencer, I don't know. He's wasting all the talent that was given to him. That's all I'm going to say. And Liv, sometimes y'all too caught up in love, you know what I'm saying? But you got to look out for yourself also. I think it would be foolish for her to follow him up to school. Hell, we seen when they went on the college tour, Spencer, his first day on campus, he had one of the upperclassmen trying to get at him, even though she was using him to get back at her dude. That's all it's going to be. And especially if you going to school on a scholarship, Liv, you're going to be having to go at girls all day, especially these new age girls. You go to college, they're going to be on your head because Spencer has a potential chance to go to the NFL. Yeah, that ain't nothing you want to deal with. Unless you can just trust Spencer. But hell, who can really trust Spencer except for Dylan? But Billy, he's just expressing his feelings of how he feels about Spencer because he sees, you know what I'm saying, he sees through a little bit of it. Liv also wants her brother to, hey, man, can you talk to Dad so he can get off of Spencer's back? Jordan's like, hey, man, I don't have nothing to do with that. Dad's mad at me also. So she's doing everything she can to get Billy and Spencer cool. She ain't even worried about her brother. He has an issue with Dad too, but you don't care. It's just, okay. Dad yells at me. I just play the game, man. I don't care what Dad talking about. Now, I don't know how it is to have a twin, but I got a little brother, so if he ever got in trouble, the only thing, if he ever got in trouble, I would be in trouble too, just because I was his older brother, and I ain't really like that. In this case, if Jordan gets in trouble, they separate them two, you know what I'm saying? Jordan gets in trouble, is take the keys from him. Liv gets in trouble. She still has a little bit of a, you know what I'm saying, a little bit of length on her leash. She can still go out and do things, meet up with people. They come down hard on Jordan, especially damn Billy. Billy, whenever Jordan messes up, he goes hard, especially when Jordan wasn't cleared. But you don't hear Liv saying nothing about, Dad, you're too hard on Jordan. Let Jordan relax. Let him live a little bit. Nah, it's just shit. As long as they mad at Jordan, they ain't mad at me. And hey, I get it. You know, when I got older, hey, man, they mad at my brother. Cool, I can go do whatever I want because they got to focus on this little knucklehead. Like I say, man, Liv didn't really do anything this episode except for nag Spencer and her dad all day. Hey, y'all gonna make up? Y'all gonna apologize to each other? Even at the party store to get the piñata. Hey, Spence, you gonna come to the house, talk to Pops? Spence goes over there. Billy ain't talking about nothing. Billy too busy for me. I just don't get it. Billy too old to be acting like that with these kids. Sometimes it be like that, I guess. Who knows? And even when they get to the house, she's still on it. She's still trying to get them to apologize. And Spencer tells her, your dad, man, he ain't trying to talk to me. You know? But he's going to have to respect the relationship we have. Well, technically, he's not going to have to respect anything that y'all have because he could say you can't come over here, and he can tell his daughter, give me your keys, I don't want you to go see him. So Spencer's getting mixed up, the child roles with the adult roles. Now once she graduates, then it's fair game, but even then she's probably still gonna be living in the house because she don't have no job, and Billy ain't about to be paying for no apartment for her. So she's gonna be living there, and it's his rules. So if you don't get with it, It ain't nothing you can do about it, Spencer. And she knew she was wrong for kissing Spencer at the end of the episode, especially in the house with her dad outside that could potentially walk around and see y'all. I don't get it. These kids, these privileged kids, man, I wish I would be in the house kissing a girl if my mama's there. My dad probably wouldn't care, but man, my mom be, hey, nope, get her out of here. Because we always had to stay in open areas if we had a, you know, saying a girl come over, we had to be in the living room or the dining room or something. But it makes sense. Thanks, Mom. I ain't got no kids. I ain't knocked nobody up. So it worked out. You know what I'm saying? You can look at Jordan. Jordan, on the other hand, that right there should be the whole scare for Billy. You got Jordan, who was in here. He almost knocked up Simone. It wasn't his kid, luckily. Now you got your daughter. She done messed with Asher. She done messed with Chris. She done messed with Spencer. 2 Crenshaw boys? Oh, hell no. Man, Chris came over with that afro. I'm like, nah, you good. You good, little man. You know what I'm saying? Chris, you a good kid, but not for my daughter. And then Spencer, he was dating Layla. Ain't no way I'm letting him date my daughter after he dated her best friend. And he lived in my house. Oh, no. No. Yeah, y'all probably think I'm tripping, but I'm just telling you. After the scare Jordan had and we thought that baby may have been his. Oh, no. Liv, you have to be ultra careful. Because it's one thing for your son to have a kid. It's like, all right, cool. But for your daughter to have a kid in high school, I mean, both of them are bad, but she gonna be a full-time mom. Like the dad, if that was Jordan's kid, the baby would have been at Simone's house, so he wouldn't have had as much work as what she would have had in the house. And I know Billy ain't trying to be no grandpa, hearing a baby crying all night. That's why I ain't got kids. I said, man, the hell with that. I can't listen to them little things crying all day. So they need to watch Liv and Spencer, though. But everybody's parenting ain't like mine. You know what I'm saying? I'm making sure the kids are straight. Let me see. Yeah, so y'all say we got 58% saying Billy is the least favorite person. And I can see why. He's beefing with 2 teenage boys for no reason. Why? Why, Billy? What is the reason? I just don't get it, man. Billy's acting real lame. I tell you that. What would y'all want going into episode 3? What would y'all want from Billy? What do y'all expect from him? You think he's going to be the one to actually sit Spencer down and apologize to him? Because we know Spencer didn't try, but it's really up to Billy to talk to him. Because even though Spencer's been trying, Billy's been, no, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm busy. I got my money on Billy sitting him down. You know, Billy, he's going to come. He's going to have his hat on forward like he normally does. Hey, Spence, let me holler at you for a second. Probably take him in the locker room or something into his office. And he tell, you know, I was kind of upset what you did with my son. But at the end of the day, man, it was Jordan's decision. And I think it's only right that I apologize. And Spencer's going to say, thanks, man. You know, I looked at you just like a father figure. Yeah, Keyshawn, I think it's going to have to come from Billy, especially being the adult in this situation. Because if he doesn't do it, Spencer's just going to keep avoiding him, even though he's going to be coming to the house. He should make it happen. Hopefully. But if not, that means I'm going to have to call up Billy and talk to him. You know, I ain't afraid to talk to him. Hey, Billy, man, what you got going on, brother? You think Coop is actually gonna get right? Like as far as rapping, you think she's gonna be able to get her breathing down? Or is she just gonna have to take a break from rapping and deal with this case that she's about to have for shooting Mo, a lawyer? Even though Mo shot her, she did say I shot back. Damn, we lost Mo and Tyrone. Thanks a lot, Coop. I know Preach out here roaming the streets hoping. I hope she really does take this charge because I can't go back to prison. You know, we seen Preach the first time he just got out of jail. He ain't trying to go back. Hell no. Hey, Coop, I told you not to be calling my phone. What's the first thing she do anyway? Call the phone. All right, y'all. We got about an hour in for the All American. I think Coop just can't get right. Nah, Coop can't get right, man. Every time they try to do something for her, she gonna mess it up. Messing it up big time. But we coming on about an hour. So if there's any questions y'all want to ask about the episode or what we think is going to happen and going into episode 3, because I'm going to get on out of here. I got homework to do, but I think I'm going to start doing All American streams every Tuesday, because I watched the show early on Monday and I try to get my recap up. So I'll probably start doing the streams every Tuesday if possible, if y'all still want it to be on Tuesday. Yeah, I thought about that, Kim, because we haven't really seen Grace, and she's gonna have to talk to Billy and say, "Hey, Billy, Spencer's going through a lot. He just lost his dad. He lost his best friend. You gonna have to talk. You know what I'm saying? You gotta talk to him." I tell you, he's gonna do that arms cross. You know, I'm gonna talk to him, but I think I'm wrong. Yeah, Billy, you wrong. But that's all we want. We just want him, you know what I'm saying? Just apologize. And Atlanta about to win the World Series. Oh, brother. Well, all right, y'all. I'm going to get on out of here. We got an hour in. I'm still trying to figure out how to get these streams to start. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have to close the one that I did start and we can just get up and running. But if y'all have any comments, just leave them down below. You know what I'm saying? I try to answer everybody's stuff. We'll do this every Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern. We'll just talk about All American, you know, see what we think, and see who was wrong. Thanks for watching, y'all. I'm going out of here.